Oh man.
That is a terrible, horrible way to begin the stream, is with you just exhaling like that. Thank you very much for ruining the literal beginning.
I'm sorry.
I
Oh,
can't.
I mean, when you have a long day, man.
Well, long day. I'm the one who was at work all day.
Hey,
I can't even
hey,
go to
hey.
sleep yet.
I know.
Can't even go. There we go. Hops on the server. It's dark out. Alright. So, what did I leave off on this weekend? I forget. Um, we were working on stuff. I've got I have things in my pockets. I feel like I may need to steal some of the things from this airship as I continue working on the things over on the
Um, I,
other.
I think the thing I want to work on, besides an airship, is an actual factory. Now we have all the stuff set up right there, but I was watching the video and it has like a pegboard, and you can actually make
Ow.
um,
You can do all sorts of things.
yeah. I'm like, ooh, I want to do that.
Uh, alright, so I left off the other day. My project that I was working on, I started building a new vessel.
What vessel is this one?
Well, I say building a vessel, more like I've laid the very base of the vessel, like the core bottom layer of it, and I installed the engine. So the first time I built the boat and then I had to cram all of the components into it to make it work. This time, I'm starting with the components I know it needs, and I am going to then build the ship around it. So what I've currently got set up is the very base, the keel of the ship, and I've installed the engine.
What type of ship is this going to be?
This is probably eventually going to be like our flying aircraft carrier. It's going to be a just massive, massive ship, flat top, so that people can land things on it. It's going to be big. I don't even know if I will be able to land this after I initially get it off the ground. But no, what I have finished designing, building, cramming together, and getting installed was the boiler, and this is the largest boiler that I can put in, size wise, for three blaze burners using lava fuel. The only way I could make this boiler larger would be basically to only exclusively feed them blaze cakes, which isn't a self-sustaining renewable resource. I would
Give me
have
a
to
minute, I'll be right back.
actively farm that. That's fine. I'm talking to my chat anyway, of just me. But yeah. So anyway, this is a nine steam engine boiler. I am using all 150,000 ish stress units, and kind of what I wanted to do. I've got one steam engine in the back here, basically running all the pumps, and then I have eight steam engines driving a central shaft, and this is where all of the power for everything in the ship is going to come from. I have, according to this stressometer, I'm going to have 131,000 stress units that I can take off of this central pillar. And so, yeah, I'm going to power the whole ship basically from one central rotational shaft. So I'll be able to take things off of this, speed it up, slow it down, and it should have the stress capacity to power everything. I don't see myself needing an additional boiler, but maybe it's possible. Also, hello. CS Shadow. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I I got this thing set up. It's gonna be fun. I did leave myself some room beneath here, so I specifically didn't build this on the very bottom layer. I wanted kind of a some negative space, so I had room for engineering. So if I need to run any pipes or any additional mechanisms down below, I have this 5 blocks of space before I break through to the bottom and fall out into the world. I also set up a kind of an overflow, or I guess a backup, because in my old airship I was running my old airship that's over there, I'm running just the lava cauldrons, you know, replicating the lava using source blocks and dripstone. I was running the lava directly into the to the boiler. But for something this big, like I said, if this takes off and I get it flying in the air, I don't know if I will ever have the space to land it again when it's done. So as a redundancy, I threw in an extra fluid tank here. So all of the cauldrons, as they random tick and they fill up with lava, they will go into this tank here. It's kind of slow, but it has been increasing in capacity. I think when I logged off the other day, it was just barely the first little pixel was creeping up over the top of the glass here. And now it's all the way up to 23 spare buckets of lava. And then as room for more lava is available for the blazes to be fed, it then pumps out of this tank. So this serves as my reserve backup. Now, unfortunately, that was pretty much my entire last evening was building the steam engine. So I think it's about time I get back to kind of finishing out the bottom part of the ship here. I haven't really built the back end of it, and I have not designed or built the front. Just kind of this core middle part here. And yeah, so I need to make a lot more of these iron blocks. Bring this wall up a little bit, and then kind of finish out this floor. And then I think after I get that floor done, I want to make the second floor. So that's the hull, you know, the bottom of the hull. So this will be kind of negative empty space. I may fill it with some balloons or levitite to kind of help give this thing some of the oomph that it needs to get off the ground. This will be the kind of engineering layer. I don't know what all I'll build here, but obviously the main steam engine is here, and I think this is where the first true bottom floor will begin. I don't know what that will end up looking like and what stuff will go up there. Maybe that'll be like the aircraft hangar where we can put some smaller ships and vessels and we could park them. Because I'll probably build, like I said, if I'm building like a flying carrier, we may even build functional elevators so that we can move smaller craft up and down from the flight deck to down below. So yeah, that may end up being kind of like a hangar living level. I may do one extra layer above that, and then probably the flat top. Because outside of that, it may get too large. I don't want to have to run and consume a whole hunger bar just to get to one end of the ship or not. And speaking of hunger, I have no food, so I should go get some food. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get some food, and we'll continue for there. Let's see. You know what? We've got carrots. I could make some golden carrots. But I think instead what we'll do is we'll just make some bread and we'll throw some icing on here. Make some cinnamon rolls. While those are going, I'll throw the extra wheat back over here in Montage's little wheat farm. Or I should say wheat and carrot. He has like 3 or 4 carrots. All right, let's get some of these. Are these done? Yeah, there we go. Got some sweet rolls. Everybody knows that engineering runs off of sweets and carbs. All right, well, thanks for stopping by. Always nice to see folks drop in and say hi. Always a pleasure. Potatoes, okay, so the potato farmers are working still. Carrot guy is going crazy. Actually, I'm gonna trade with these villagers. Do you take carrots? No. You take carrots.
I am back.
Welcome back.
I was reading a
You're not allowed to
bedtime
read.
I know. I was reading a bedtime story for my little one.
What bedtime story? I'm gonna judge you
How
based
do
on your
dinosaurs say goodnight?
Dinosaurs can't. No faults whatsoever. I can't. If I wanted to go to bed, a dinosaur bedtime story would obviously be top tier.
That is, no, yeah, he loves it. I've been wanting to get that book. Nicole found it.
I love the implication. I love the implication that you're like, oh, I was so excited to finally read this. Because it's like, I wanted to read this book. This was for me.
Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah. You think it was for? No, it was 100% me.
The kid is the excuse to indulge my inner desires now. All right. Wake up, farmers. I need to trade some carrots with you. We need more emeralds to fuel our economy. And that carrot farmer's really going ham. Excuse me, do you trade for carrots? No, you're a fisherman. You're not a farmer. I've lost my mind. All right. Excuse me. You happen to trade for... Thank you for the carrot trade. Where's my other farmers? Excuse me. All of these fish... Montage put so many barrels. There's like 30 fishermen. To be fair, I did give him a half stack of barrels. Where's all the farmers? One farmer... Oh, they're all in this one building. Excuse me, gentlemen. I need to trade with you, please. Give me the emeralds. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Montage just throwing barrels down. Oh, okay. So I'm not selling diamonds. We've specifically been deep core mining to get more. Alright, so I traded all of those. We have more emeralds. But what I need is iron. Because I have to lay a lot of blocks. Like a lot of blocks. I probably need to get some of this stuff out of my inventory too. Yeah, I need to put the copper ingots away. This fluid pipe can go into the move. Yeah, move. We'll put that there. Hand crank. Is this a new hand crank or is this one I took from my boat? I will throw it in my box for now, my project box. Oh, wait a minute. I still have a few blocks. Okay, that's good. I will leave the shafts here. I've got a single torch. I may need to make more scaffolding at some point. And I need to throw the emeralds in storage. Thank you for keeping track of everything, Oxford. You're a good kitty cat. Alright, I have sweet rolls. I have some blocks of iron. I'm gonna go start building. I need to place my wand of symmetry in my hotbar. And then I have to find the middle of the ship again. Oh, it's already still here. It remembers. Oh, that's good. All right, let me just confirm it is set for mirror along the x-axis, which should mean. All right, I need to think about how I was planning this out. So, ankle break. I have this as the very base bottom. I'm building in 5s, so I'm using basically nested 5 blocks by 5 blocks by 5 blocks to build this. So this right here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It kind of includes that block there, so with this wall it ends up being 3, which is just kind of the right amount of space. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, I think I go up 5, and then out 5, and then I think up again from there. That feels good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And thanks to the copy wand, it's actually placing double the blocks. And it's also mirroring over there. Because then from here, I think, I've gone up 5, then I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this will go out that way. So that'll give me kind of a bit of a, like a bit of a wall here. And then as I go up, that'll give me kind of like a downward section, I guess, from that wall. I'm not really sure. I may or may not like this shape. We'll see. I'm really good at, like, putting stuff inside of large boat-shaped objects. I'm really bad at placing crap on the bottom of boat-shaped objects. 3, 4, 5. What about you, Cowboy? When it comes to building in Minecraft, what are some of your strengths and weaknesses?
Building in Minecraft. God.
Yeah, I put you on the spot.
Exploring. But you said building, so.
Well, what? Yeah.
I like aesthetics, like little small details, like making things look beautiful in environment.
That is true. The village that you prettied up back on the Caldera seed, where we had the big mountain with the lake in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of those buildings were fantastic. And actually, when I get some of this thing done, I may have to hire you to come inside and make some of the rooms look good after I've built it all functional. Because I can build functional. I cannot build pretty. I build ugly. I ran out of block.
Functional. Look, I don't blame you, man. Functional to me is a bit of a hard one to deal with.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a function guy. I've for a long time been one of those. I like to play with the redstone. I like to play with pistons and water. I like to interact with the world and use the world to influence the world. But then it's like, hey, build something that looks good, and I'm like, I build boxes. I can fit everything in my box, but it is a box. I need iron. Why did I choose iron to build this? Oh yeah, because we have so much of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 should be a good batch. And now I gotta cut this. Gotta cut the crap. I was about to just throw the loose ingots on the stone cutter, and I remember that wasn't gonna do anything. Alright. Okay. Block of weathered iron. I do like this weathered iron block. It kind of has like a little bit of a wood/metal mix feeling going on. I like the color. All right. The little mirror is still over there, so I should be able to come up here, place one block, and then I can just go back and bam, bam, bam. Perfect. Then 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, that's right. I miss my swift sneak. I need to go find an ancient city. I've got swift sneak on my pants back on my on the vanilla world, and oh my gosh, it is absolutely life-changing. Yeah. I forgot how slow sneaking was. This is actively painful. Alright, let's put the shield away. It's kind of getting in the way visually. I'm in a safe spot. There's nothing attacking me. I can't really see over the wall. Hopefully... Yeah, it's still taking 2 blocks out of my inventory, so I should be doubling up on the other side. Thanks, Wand of Symmetry! You're making this colossal build less of a pain in the butt. Wait, hang on. Spyglass! Yeah! It's working. Okay, good. Alright. Pull up. And let's go ahead and get... Now the problem with placing 2 blocks at a time every block you place, you burn through a stack in your hand way too quick. Bop, bop, bop. Ba, ba, ba. I love the kind of like just rhythmic sound of placing blocks over and over. It's very therapeutic. So, you said you've been doing research into the mod, Cowboy. What are you thinking of? What you planning? What you gonna build? Well, you were saying a factory.
A factory to get some stuff up and running, because
you know,
and you'll have a lot.
You know, we were looking at it. We think we could set up a factory in the Nether. We have not started that yet. So there's plans to build a new branch of the factory in another dimension. If you think you're up for the challenge and want to play with that,
might be part of it. Right now, I'm experimenting on an airplane.
Fixed wing.
Fixed wing.
Very nice. Ace dabbled with a couple of those. He was having some issues with some of the thrust and lift for the designs he was working on. His helicopter, though, simple, cheap, effective.
Yeah,
he made the Sherman tank of helicopters. What is it like? This bad boy is easy as heck to throw together.
It's having a body. I could look up. I could very much look up a recipe for it. I don't want to do that. That's not the fun part about this. All right.
Yeah. Like, I looked up a design for my airship. I picked a nice, like, old school Japanese boat sort of thing, and I swapped out some of the colors and blocks for the palette. And then I just chucked a giant blimp on top of it. But I learned that while the ship looked nice, I basically had to warp it to fit the mod components. And so it lost a little bit of its natural base appeal. I mean, it still looks really good, but it's not the exact schematic that I had initially set out to copy. All right, so I built that wall, and then I'm thinking I come here. Now, this, I don't know if I actually want to put in a full-on wall here, because I'm going to put more stuff back here. Like, this will round out into being the actual back of the ship. So I don't really want to, like, wall it off, because that doesn't seem like it'd make a lot of sense. This wall's going to be here. Like, this is the side wall. Actually, let me come down here. So yeah, that kind of comes up and out, and then here, and then I think I'm going to go up 2. Yeah, go up like 2 and then out 1. So this one here, this first bump up. And actually, let me see. This goes here, then it bumps up. Oh, this could be interesting actually. If I'm doing the 5x5, this is 5. That ends up being... That's 6. So that ends up being taller than that layer. That may screw with some stuff. So maybe what I do is actually... I may need to actually lower this down so that it matches that. Okay, yeah, that's what I have to do. Oh no. I placed so many blocks and now I have to pick them all up because I'm off.
Okay. And looks like we only go up to throttle 11. Oh my god. Oh, I got the throttle working just fine.
Are you experimenting not on the server?
No, because I need the creative in order to be able to experiment.
No. We all did it in survival. You can do it in survival. I believe in you. Yeah, so were we.
Okay, question for you. You said there's a way to work the throttle wirelessly.
Indeed.
Is it just the normal wireless redstone receivers?
It's the redstone link, yeah.
Okay.
If you so they have a transmit and a receive mode. So that's one of the
I know how to work those. I didn't know it sent signals at certain strength levels.
Yep. So it was one of the things I experimented with because I was curious, and I was like, if this can send a redstone signal and it like outputs the signal at the right level, then game changing, and it does. So it's basically a infinitely friendlier to use calibrated skulk sensor, basically. So
this is the case.
1, 2, 3, 4,
going
5.
To be able to let me.
Because that goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, so this should go up 1, 2. All right, new plan. We're just gonna run a bar straight this way.
I love it. This is great.
All right, so this tells me where my middle is.
Okay, I have a way to go ahead and stop engines. I have a way to start them. I have a way to throttle them down, to base power, a way to throttle them up, and a way to kill them if I need to.
Kill them if you have to. So this goes 1, 2, 3,
I need to
4.
check my meter output. Where is my...
This goes...
What is the thing that does fucking...
Yeah, I just need to take this out.
Where's it?
The lack of swift sneak is gonna kill me. Do. Hold on, I need to adjust.
That's a fluid valve, stressometer, speedometer. Yep, speedometer and stressometer. I need speedometer. I don't care about stress right now.
The speedometer just tells you how fast a rotational component is spinning.
Yeah,
like
and I
the
need to make
shafts.
sure that my wireless analog is doing this.
1, 2, 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to. Oddly enough, I need to do this. Put this here. Guess I could do that. Now we do this number. I'm so sad. I just placed all these blocks, and I have to pick them up again because I put them in the wrong spot. Is your friend using inverted clutch and gear shift to power the propeller? You know, that is a great question. Cowboy, who's currently not on the server and playing around in creative mode on a solo world, I can't see what he's doing.
I am using a inverted clutch gear, yes. And it is working. My speed has hit the 256 max on these guys at strength level 7 out of 15. So that's.
I was gonna say, that's actually, I think, what I basically have over on my my first airship for my propellers. Actually, the clutches are powered, and then I send a redstone signal to kill the torch. The redstone torch, so that I can actually activate them with my WASD keys using the keyboard. Redstone link on the blocks. Yep. So I've got the clutches being powered by a side-mounted redstone torch, and then I put the redstone links on the blocks that have the torches to invert it. Now, if only those redstone links just had an inversion toggle and I could just flip it there, I could make so much more compact things. But I guess since we do redstone already have a way to make a knot. You can use redstone link 2 as a redstone torch. I mean, yeah, I guess I could put the inversion elsewhere and do it the other way.
More control now.
More control. I just realized I'm gonna have an absolute time trying to turn this thing. I don't even want to think about the fans I'm gonna need to rotate this. Oh, it's totally worth it.
Now, if I put flaps on it, if I tilt flaps up 45 degrees, does the physics actually work?
Yeah, so the drag will work if you've got enough thrust. It'll try and tip your nose up, but it will also increase the drag. So you need like a lot of thrust to make sure that you totally didn't spend 4 hours to figure it out. So yeah, I figured out the inversion pretty quick. The one thing that I took forever figuring out was how to actually get my drive shaft that basically runs down the entire center of my ship to properly split out into spinning just the right fans on either side to do 0-point turns and rotate and invert. And in the middle of that process, I had a small catastrophic failure where I stopped my steam engine and I had to bump start it, which involved removing like half the cogs to actually get it pumping again, and then throw the cogs back in because there was too much stress for the for the little hand crank I was trying to use. No, the ship didn't fly away; it unflew. That was the problem. We have not yet had I think the only thing that we've had that ran away was the helicopter when we first built it. But it didn't have a lot of fuel, so it came back down to earth pretty quick, and we towed it back to the factory. It tried. It gave it a good college try. I did actually. No, it didn't fly away. I did have a second scuttling of my airship where I had forgotten that in the process of building it, because it was my first ship I built with the mod. It flew away. I was flying it. I was hovering. I'd say, I don't know, 20 blocks off the ground, and when I initially built it, I had glued the hull together before turning it into a physics object. And so, because the glue for the components can only make things so large, I had to do the hull, like the very base of the hull, in like 3 parts. And they weren't symmetrical. I just was gluing it all together, and then I turned it all into a physics object. I didn't think much of it. Well, then later I was trying to install an elevator. And I was, checking it, and I was setting it up and hand cranking it. Was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Let me hook it up to the main drive shaft and, power it. Well, when I powered it that way, it grabbed the hull of the ship and it separated the bottom right third and just pushed it downwards, which then also took like half of my blaze burners and half of my steam engine off the bottom. And so it died, like right then and there, just stopped. So it starts coming down. But the whole time, the elevator is pushing that like third of my ship down towards the ground. So the whole thing is laying like 70 degrees on its left side. And I'm like trying to kill the rotation, but I didn't want to break the elevator. And I was able to get that like reversed and pull the bottom back up. But I was running like sideways through the ship, like fighting against Minecraft's base physics to like get up there and pull out the gears and restart the steam engine and like try and pull the bottom of the ship back up and then reattach everything and then restart the engine again. It was a whole ordeal. It rolled over. I think the balloon was touching the water in the bay over here. The bottom of the ship was like in the corner over there. It was a whole thing. There was maybe 35, 40 blocks between where the elevator had pushed the bottom. It was an entire thing. And I think I was alone at the time on the server, kind of like I am now. So there's no one to help me. It was entirely up to me to fix it. All in all, it was a great time. It's also dark now. I guess I should run to one of the beds. It was head pain, but it wasn't too bad because the elevator was still attached, so I was able to just pull that entire section of ship back up and it reattached to the rest of it pretty cleanly. The only hard part really was trying to run through a sideways ship that did not want me to be moving through it and navigating in that way. It even with a little bit of a dip, like climbing ladders, it gets kind of difficult. Like ladders or scaffolding, if you've got like a slight angle, the game kind of freaks out and it's like, are you really in that block? Is that a space you can be in? It'll freak out a tiny bit for like ladders. Hence why in this one I'm probably going to use more stairs than ladders, because stairs and slabs seem to work pretty good when you have a physics object and it's like not lined up with Minecraft's grid. Ladders do not like any sort of tilt, because if you're like, oh, the ladder's here, and you start climbing up, but the game says, but you've drifted over into this block, there's no ladder there, and you get kind of like that weird like, I'm stuck, what am I doing? All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is technically block 5. So then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 out this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out this way. That's better. Now, are you placing the blocks over here? Okay, good. It is still working. And since there is more space over here, we're just gonna rebuild that row of blocks. The symmetry wand is great. If only it would also take into account when I goof and I have to pull a block back out. At least it's helping double up the placement of blocks. Do 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 do. Oh, after you left the other day, Cowboy, we were having a good laugh at one of the things that you had done when you were here with us for that brief moment. When you discovered the unique death messages for falling out of a named contraption. Like we had a good pause as we remembered that, and it was like, I can't believe that there is a unique death message for falling out of a named airship.
Who else would find out with me?
You swan dived into the greatest day of your life. It just happened to be onto solid ground several blocks below. I don't even remember if you like just jumped off or like if you fell off of the lowering platform.
You know, who's to say, really?
Who's to say? You? It was you that did it. You can tell us if it was on purpose or not. Blocks. You know, when I started I was gonna build something big, I didn't even really think about how tedious it would be to build something this large. I don't build big. I typically build very small. I'm a compact Minecrafter. I build tiny. I'm actually really good at tiny. But this mod kind of demands that I really go and build something bigger. So we're gonna build something bigger. Blocks, 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 block, 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 block. Block, 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 block. There we go. Do, do, do. Oh no. You know, I just realized with the Wand of Symmetry is it makes it easier to place blocks in duplicate, but it also means if I make a mistake, it doubles my mistakes. I need to be a little more careful with how I place blocks. All right, so now, realistically, I could just finish out this floor here. Oh, it's gonna be such a pain in the butt. Oh, actually, hold on. Excuse me, Wand. If you would be so kind as to go rectangular orthogonally, if I... Yes! 4 blocks per placement. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. My good old Calc 3 coming in play and handy here, knowing what orthogonal is. Man, I hated Calc 3.
You will not catch me. I have a buddy. He just needs 4 credits of an elective. And
Of an
he's
elective?
Like, yeah, he's like, I'm going to do Calc 2. Like,
Core math classes are not electives.
I'm like, why'd you do that to yourself, man? Don't hurt yourself like that.
Okay, let's head over here and just see, was that...
Can you wirelessly use a steering wheel?
Define wirelessly and steering wheel.
Steering wheel lets you turn to certain degrees all the way up to 180.
Oh, if you mean like the pirate wheel, no. You can't do that wirelessly because it is not a redstone based signal. It's actually like a drive shaft. So like you have to connect that physically with rods and gearboxes. It's actually one of the kinematic components.
One thing to work through. Okay, gotcha.
Link controller and pad. Nah, see, I am a huge fan of the linked controller and the typewriter keyboard. But like I said, I'm also a redstone guy. So for me, it's like, oh hey, you can have like a bunch of redstone signals mapped out to your keyboard controls. And I'm like, sign me up. I ran out of blocks.
Hold on. So you can do the typewriter and what would the typewriter do?
So there are two kind of remote controls. You've got the linked controller that lets you kind of do the wireless redstone. There's a linked controller that lets you basically set up WASD, space, and shift, and you can bind those to the same redstone channels that you program those links to. So, like for example, I have on my linked controller. My spacebar is the control for the anchor on my ship. So, like, when I've lowered it down, I can engage or disengage the anchor, and I have that one always in my pocket.
Okay. Interesting.
The typewriter gives you basically your whole keyboard worth of programmable buttons, so you can program a specific redstone channel to every single key on your keyboard. So when you sit down at a chair and you right click on that keyboard, it stops moving you around normally in Minecraft. And there's only a couple of keys that then escape you out of it. So like, your E key to open your inventory will like bring you out of the keyboard. Escape will bring you out of the keyboard. Right clicking will bring you out of the keyboard. But like anything else, full QWERTY keyboard, tab, cap, shift, control. You can bind all of those to whatever. So you have tons. You have, however big your keyboard is, 100 something keys that you can program. It's pretty crazy. You can set up a full like control room with just that one thing. Honestly, it's my favorite component in this, but again, like I said, longtime redstoner. If I wanted to set up a command room, it would be a pain in the butt to program a bunch of buttons and, like coders and decoders and signal sending. I didn't make any blocks. I got distracted by monologuing. I need more iron blocks.
You joker, you distracted.
You caught me monologuing. You sly dog.
And you
Ed.
got busy.
Hey. Incredibles is a great film. Any day that you can quote it is a good day. I need more iron. Oh no, we're running low on iron. I might have to turn the iron farm back on. Just kidding, we still have like 10,000 ingots over in the other storage. I really should make more than just 8 stacks of this, because I know I'm gonna need more. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me do that now. But yeah, the typewriter is amazing. If they ever decided to just, redstone update, give me something like that in base Minecraft, oh, that would be amazing. Let's do 3, 4. We'll do another 256. That'll give me probably more than I have inventory space for. I may have to put some more stuff down. Oh, actually, this might be just perfect. It's just perfect. Awesome. And it's not, I swear I just went to sleep. The day-night cycle is too short. It is way too short. All right.
If only there was some god who can change that.
Yeah, if only. There's definitely no operators on this server that I host and own. I just have to go and sleep in a bed like our ancestors did before us in the dark ages of Minecraft. Oh, the reason this hasn't been placing over there is because technically I already walled off that part when I was building the steam engine. I was like, why is this not doing the rectangular? Oh my lord, it burns through blocks so fast. I leave the central shaft. This is a very, very important structure. Although, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now I believe technically I will have to turn off the... Yeah, I'll turn off the copy before I bridge across that. Although, I don't know. Do I need it here? I'll decide that later. It's not important right now. Now this... So that's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this goes up. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that makes that 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, which makes that 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that killed off that. But now, I can, in theory, do this. Kind of start building this out. You can't reach that. Let's go ahead and just wall this off. So this will be, I guess, the first bottom floor, realistically. And I really only need to make sure that this stays open there. So the central shaft can continue to go up through the middle of the airship. This will be good. Gotta have power. It's perfect. You know what? Just for good measure, let's make sure that there's plenty of clearance there. Ow. And then yeah, that's plenty of height here. If I need to like get on top of this for whatever reason, I'll be able to. Oh yeah, this will be good. This will be good. Whoop. You know, I have plenty of blocks. I'm going to round this out so that... Oh yeah, I rounded it out on this side. Why didn't I have that on that side for moving around? What am I, a crazy person? Oh wait, no, I might not have, but I have the copy, so it fixed it. Okay, let's finish building this layer here. Because then I'll know what kind of room I have to work with for all sorts of things. Because I think after this layer, I may actually tear that out and put in a different block type. Start actually designing it kind of more like the interior versus the engineering level, kind of industrial bottom that I'm building here. Blocks. Put you up there. Block.
Is there anything specific the sail attaches to?
The sail can attach to just about anything. The windmill sail and the symmetric sail do two different things, though. And it kind of depends on what you're trying to use each for. I would recommend pondering both of them, because it does a pretty good job of explaining their uses. and showing you kind of some of the things. Like Montage has some windmill sails actually like catching wind and spinning a windmill to generate power. I have windmill sails running a fan basically on the back of my ship to push air. So I'm putting rotational energy into them to then produce thrust. The symmetric sails instead produce drag. Is their purpose. So those can be used to kind of stabilize a build that you have, or change your direction and steering by creating those drag forces. Now, it's really, really dark here, but that's okay, because mobs can't spawn inside of simulated contraptions. I think that my rectangular copy was limited by certain spacing. Although, actually, maybe not. This goes all the way to the end. I left that open there. Okay. I think this rectangular copy is actually, from here in the central shaft, able to reach everything that I'm trying to do so far. 38 buckets of lava, it's going up. So that's good. That does mean that my cauldrons are producing more lava than the blaze burners are trying to take. And it means that I have a nice reserve of backup fuel. It does fluctuate up and down, but the overall net change over time is positive, which is what I want. All right, let's put those here, those there. I need, I don't know, how many blocks is this? This times 2. Call it like 5, 6 stacks maybe? I think 5 or 6. 5 or 6 stacks sounds just right to me. Eat a sweet roll. Hello, Oxford. I require more metal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 5 and we'll see if my hubris catches up with me. Kind of wish there was a way to, like, a toggle do this to everything in my inventory versus 1 stack at a time. However, that said, I could see that being a problem, as I very easily accidentally destroy my entire inventory's worth of something in a stonecutter. We've all definitely never been there before and accidentally turned all of our insert whatever here into something. Like, oh, I need to make a boat. And then, oops, surprise, surprise, I have 17 boats and no wood. These things happen to the best of us. The shift key is a very dangerous, very powerful tool. All right, let's go ahead and throw some more. These blocks go so fast when you're copying it 4 times over. But this is such a huge time saver.
So there's sails, where there's symmetric and asymmetric sails. And I'm trying to find the asymmetric sails.
What do you mean asymmetric?
Well, when you do the view on it, there's symmetric sail and
windmill sail frame, windmill sail, symmetric sail. Unless you mean
regular sails.
So if you're thinking symmetric, asymmetric, if you're talking about like whether they're perpendicular or not to the direction of travel,
Well, when I do W, there's symmetric cell and regular cell. Regular cell is the one that's like flat. It's horizontal.
You can place them in whatever orientation direction.
I'm trying to, but it's not wanting to go flat.
It may have to do with where you're currently standing in relation to the block you're trying to put it on. You can rotate it with your wrench. So, like, if you place it down and you face one of the edges and right-click, you can get it to spin around, and it'll spin based on which edge you're facing and right-clicking. You kind of experiment with that. You can get them to rotate around. I had to do that with my fan because I was having some issues with that. Well, actually, the stabilizer fins off the side, I think, were one of the ones that gave me the biggest grief. Because they just really wanted to be vertical. And I was like, no, you guys need to be horizontal. You need to stop. But yeah, figuring out that, like, if you place the sail, you have to, like, be facing it head on, like, on the side and right-click there to get it to change. Because, like, other components, you kind of click them just about wherever, and they'll just start flip-flopping and rotating around. Those suckers don't care. They're like, no, you will do it my way or not at all. It's really, really dark down here. I will have to install some sort of lighting. I only have one torch, though, so that lighting will come at a later time. Alright, so we have the engineering deck basically laid out now. With the additional kind of overhang here. So this floor continues here, and then I'm going to go up from this point, because this comes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I will go, oh, hold on. So I come up and out, so this is a 5x5 that's been cut out, and then I think I'm going up another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me go look at this from further away and get an idea here. I gotta think about the shape, because when you're placing blocks, as many as I am, you want to be sure you got the shape right, because taking all of these blocks out is okay. So yeah, I've got a little jut up, and then this, and then that'll go up 5. Do I go up 10 here? Do I go up an additional? Or do I go out one more? I don't know, because I could go out another and then up 2. Or I could go up 2 here and then out another. How aggressively do I want to take this upward angle? That's really what it comes down to. Is let me get a better view. Let me climb our crane shaft here. Let's take a peek. Good. Climb up here. All right. So if I
lower throttle.
So I've got a little step up, and then I come here. Goes up.
What's y'all's okay, so how did y'all do a chair?
I think it's a seat or cushion.
Seat.
It's a seat.
Ah, it is.
Yep. And they're functional chairs, which honestly, even without controlling contraptions, I like these cushions and being able to just sit on them. Minecraft needs functional chairs, darn it. Okay, so 5. That comes out. So that's 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I go up 5. Oh, this is, I think, the toughest choice, is figuring out at what point I do the steeper up. So if I go out one more, that is a really wide base. But this thing is supposed to be big. I think I do it. I think I go out one more, then up two. Because if I go out one more, that brings me to that level, and then I can go up two and have like a really tall first floor, basically. I think that's the play.
Physics assembler.
Assemble
Time
the
to see
physics.
time to see if I break this thing or not.
Now, see, I have taken to the idea of I place my first block, I turn that into the physics object, and then I just start going from there. Lessons learned from the first ship that I built, that I glued a bunch of things together and then eventually turned into a physics object. And that came
Do you have to
back to
constantly
bite
glue
me.
everything together in order for it to work?
You do
or-
not. So if you glue things together, the game treats those as one block. So like if you have like a piston that tries pushing, it'll push like all of those blocks together because it counts them as one thing. A physics object is basically unbound from the grid of Minecraft. It no longer follows the strict, rigid, cube-like world, and it can do whatever it wants. And then any block you attach to a physics object is added to that physics object. So,
real quick, how did you do the whole zoom out on your airship thing?
are you sitting
Where-
on a chair?
Sitting on a chair.
Hit F5 until you see the outside of your ship.
I keep hitting it. It doesn't do that. Okay.
Have you
all right.
turned it into a physics object yet?
I did.
Okay. Try putting the chair back. Honey glue, but you can do selection. If the blocks are connected, there'll be physics. No air parts. Is there a difference between honey glue and the normal super glue? Or is it just
Apparently,
like what
yes.
you put into it? Oh gods. There's another glue I have to learn?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I
Honey
was,
glue is a
on some-
convenient alternative. Okay, yeah. Control. Expanded or retracted via control. Oh. Okay, it's just like hold Alt to place an endpoint midair. Unlike super glue, honey glue does not attach to animated contraptions. Oh. Instead, it exclusively attaches to simulated contraptions. So honey glue... Okay. Honey glue with... Oh, man. Okay. Got it. So my my super glue components that I used when building the base of my ship came back to haunt me later. I will have to experiment with both forms of glue, and what is Oh, I was like, why are these blocks floating here? I had the rectangle copy on when I was fixing the blocks around this. Okay, that makes more sense. I was losing my mind. Alright, I think I said I go out another 5, yeah. So I need to... Yeah. So from here, I said I was gonna go 1, 2... Oh, the rectangle copy got me again. Time to make more blocks. I'm just gonna go ahead and ship some of the extra iron from the farm storage over to the main, because I'm burning through all the stuff in our main storage, like rapidly. I was like, we have a ton of iron. I'll just build out of iron. Excuse me, Yale. I would love it if you would send, I don't know, 1, 2... Let's just send about 1,000 to the mass storage, please. That feels right. Actually, I've probably used more than that. Go ahead and just send another 1,000. I'll go ahead and take a ride back over. Aw, we need to fix that. Can't ride the chain through the whole factory. The villagers are taking over. All right, mass storage. Oxford, would you be so kind as to give me, I don't know, 512? Is that excessive? Is that a good? I think that's a good number for now. Yeah, it feels like a lot. Let's go place some blocks. And then I get to expand my color palette into something nicer. Because this should be roughly soon the end of the base hull of this monstrosity. Yeah, I think I go over one more up and then up two from there. That's gonna be the play. That is so dark. Alright, so we come up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, good, good. This is gonna eat so many blocks. I probably did not get enough. It's gonna be dark. Gonna be dark. Ugh. Good. Just get more of those in my hotbar. Ooh. You know, maybe that's what I need. I need to get Montage to show me how the super crafting blocks work. I need to give myself one of those extendo grabby arms. Because that was really useful when I was building our kelp farm. And I think it would be very helpful for trying to build this thing. Just being able to reach much further than my current grippable area. My limited reach, as they say. I don't know who they are, and I don't think they say that. But I'd like to imagine they do, because they could. Cowboy, it's really, really dark. Cowboy, why is it dark? I'm scared. Just kidding, I've slept recently. There are no night terrors. The only night terrors are the ones that haunt my actual waking dreams. Like gas prices. That's a nightmare if I've ever seen one. Ooh. Oh, thank you, Rectangle Copy. Oh, that saved me so much time. Thanks for meeting me halfway here, in the middle. Oh, I left a small hole in the side of the ship. Let's just go ahead and just patch that up real fast. I just come along here and just, You know, in hindsight, I was like, you know, I should stream, because I haven't been streaming lately while I've been playing games, and Minecraft is such a nice, easy game to stream. And then I realized I'm just sitting here placing blocks. I'm not even doing anything interesting right now. I'm not, like, interacting with any of the mod components. I'm just putting blocks down. And I'm a terrible builder, so, like, this isn't even, like, entertaining building. It's just me throwing blocks. So that is the central shaft. Yeah, I don't know. Do I leave this bar here? Do I turn this into glass? I feel like I may need to be able to access that, so I don't know if I want to block it off. Okay. Executive decision, I'm going to leave this part of the central shaft kind of open. We'll leave the support beams there. I may... Oh, I could use some, like, brass bars, kind of make like wall it off so there's like safety rails. Sometimes the background talking is good too. Yeah, you know, I guess that's fair. Even if there's nobody around, I just talk to myself sometimes and think out loud. Which I guess does kind of help the building process a little bit. Thinking out loud, and then you say something and you hear it and you go, well, that's just stupid. Why would I think that? Yeah, I think I do like kind of some of the brass rails, kind of like safety rails here. Maybe line the whole thing, give it a kind of a open but fancy look. Because that way, if I needed to, I could still kind of hop the rail and kind of shimmy around here if I needed to, but without actually like fully blocking off. Because I know up top, I'm definitely gonna just have like, it'll be glass, so you can see down and see all the cool spinning stuff and how everything comes out of the central pillar. But I won't want like the ability to fall down a pit into the heart of the Death Star, as it were. I could have built a Death Star. Why am I building a giant box? I could have built a sphere in the sky. Just kidding. I want nothing to do with building round in Minecraft. Been there, done that, wasn't fun, didn't enjoy myself.
All the squares make a circle eventually.
I will never forget the time that me and my cousin spent, oh god, we spent a whole summer back on the old 80K server. We spent a whole summer. We found like this valley in between some mountains, and we turned the whole thing into a wheat field. It took us legitimately 3 in-game Minecraft days to harvest and replant that entire field. It was stupidly large. And then we had the brilliant idea of, let's build a giant circle above it. He went and found one of those like, hey, here's how you should design your circle based on your radius in Minecraft tools. And we're like, okay, let's see, how big is our valley? He punched in, we built a circle that had a radius of, I think, 213 blocks. This thing was absolutely massive. And the most traumatic part was we were just kind of following the schematic, because it gives it to you in like a 1/4 arc, and you just go from there, and it meets up and makes a whole circle. We were going, and when we got to the far end and finally met up, we were 1 block off. We had to backtrack and figure out where in the semicircle each that we had crafted to find where that 1 block was incorrect. It wasn't even like, 3 or 4 blocks. No, we were a single block out of alignment. And the problem block was like somewhere back in like the first third of the project. We had to backtrack the whole thing, which then meant we had to basically rebuild like, I don't know, like 2/5 of the circle to get it to line up right. And then he was like, dude, we should fill it in and make it a disc. And I was like, no, there's no way we're getting enough blocks to make a flying disc this large. So we just had this giant ring floating in the sky like a halo above our wheat fields. It was a good time, but it legitimately took us several months to build the field of, just the rolling fields of wheat, and then this giant circle in the sky that was then wrong. It was a circle and it was incorrect. So we had to build the circle twice. And you know what they say? If you square a circle, why'd you build a circle in the first place? All right.
Squares make a circle.
All the squares make a circle. If you use enough squares, it can be a circle. And ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of the principle of, pixels and resolution. If you just use enough squares, you can give the illusion of round. Good old polygons. What is it? If you use enough triangles. You can make any shape you want. Alright, so this is where I think I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be the final 5 block. And then I'll go out from here, then up, because that should be on the same level as this, which I can't reach that from here. Oh no, it placed all of my scaffolding on the other side because of the copy. Oh no, okay, well this is fine. Live with my mistakes. Now, while where did my... Okay, so the scaffolding will pick up, but the iron blocks are singular. What the heck? That's rude. Alright, okay, so the scaffolding will let me pick it up in duplicate, but it won't let me... Oh! Note to self, scaffolding on physics object is very strange. I just phased through the floor. I'm magic. That was certainly an experience. The last time I fell through the floor like that, I was playing Star Citizen. And I was just walking down a hallway and a non-stationary object fell right out of my ship. We'll just punch these the old-fashioned way. Oh, it still gave me all of them. This is super weird, but I'm okay with it. Okay, well that damn it. I gotta go get this one over here because my accident was duplicated. Alright. There we go. Can I reach it from here now? E. Okay, so when I break the scaffolding with the symmetry wand, it brings all of the ones from the other side that it's also breaking to me where I am.
Okay, I'm back.
Which is kind of cool. Let's go climb my little stairs here. So this will bring this out to here. Blocks! Alright, so this is the first floor. So I guess if I bring the first floor all the way out to here, that's fine. And then I'll go out and then up 2 from there. I was thinking of going up 2 from here, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense. Well, actually, I say that, but I don't know if I'll put a floor in here. This is already going to be a too tall layer. Like, this will just be the engineering, and I'll section it off. Okay, I'm seeing. So that'll be the floor of this level above me. So I can probably retrieve all of these. Aha, I have 6 more blocks. Look at that. I'm rich. Naturally gonna go at... my duplication seems to have failed. There was a tree over here. Now, this is most intriguing. Why is there a dirt block on top of this tree? Enderman griefing is not enabled on this server. So why is this dirt block here? It is a mystery that will never be solved. And now I will very slowly punch a bunch of leaves. Get off my ship! I bet you there's a tree under here that we're gonna have to deal with. Well, actually, it looks like all the blocks got placed. So the tree didn't interfere. Oh, no, it did. Oh, that... Oh, because that's right, physics objects. So it's actually... Oh, I need to go deal with this tree. It placed the blocks because it doesn't care that there's a tree there. Alright, do I have my axe? I have my axe. Let's go deal with this. When I take off and fly away with this thing, there's just gonna be random floating leaves here that I'll have to come back and deal with. This is great. Although, actually, no, if I take all of the logs out, the leaves should decay. Oh, that was weird. Hello. Logs are still good. I'll collect those. Excuse me, Mr. Dirtblock. You can go there. So, assuming that that was all of the logs and there's no more in there, these leaves should decay and not be my problem anymore. I am happy with this. Ow. My ankles. Do 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 do. Alright, I don't really have any more. Oh, hey, a log. Yeah, the leaves are already starting to decay. Alright, perfect. I was so confused there for a minute. Alright, so I have 6 blocks left. So I could do this, and then do this, and then do that, and I'm out of blocks. My gosh. This thing is so large. It's everything I had hoped it would be. But I also didn't realize just how many blocks this was gonna take. And I'm realistically doubling up my blocks because I'm using like a single iron ingot to make 2 blocks. Yeah, so it comes out. That is where I will then... I may just shoot straight up there, do 10 on top of that. Because if that then is even with that floor, having it go straight up there, yeah. That's what we'll do. So from this level, I will then shoot straight up, and I will put 2 blocks of building essentially on top of that. Oh, man. I want to see something. I have built this whole monstrosity out of nothing but these industrial iron blocks. All right, magic paper on the floor. Tell me how heavy this... Oh man, this thing is gonna weigh a bajillion pounds. Also, I can see the central shaft spinning. Oh man. That is a gravitational force. 74.4. I think I am already, with just this platform that I have thrown together, I think I'm already 3 or 4 times the weight of my airship. And actually, I need to steal this diagram because this is the diagram from my ship. So in order for me to go check, I need to steal this and go throw it on my other ship. Bloop. Why did I park so far away? I moved my airship from here where I had been parking it because I was tired of running all the way back to the factory to get stuff. So I was like, I'll move it closer, and I came and parked it in the river over here. Now it's further away where I keep all of my stuff. It is now further away from where I'm
Is the van
currently
down by the river?
building. Huh?
So was it a van down by the river?
Sure, if that van is a boat and it can fly and it's sitting on the river. Yeah. I love these handles. The handles and being able to like just kind of fling yourself up onto stuff is so nice. I love it. These things are great. All right, so I said that thing was like 74. Let's see, what's my gravity here? 14. So my airship functionally weighs 14. I don't know. Piconewtons? I have no clue what this unit of measurement is supposed to be. So we'll just say, 14,000 newtons. And I said this was what, 74 already? 75? Oh man, I don't. How much lift force? Oh, the lift force. I can get lift force off of this thing. I think the first time that we turned it on, we had the steam vent at full throttle. We hadn't really brought it down. I was like, hey, let's just see how high it goes. We found what the maximum that you're allowed to go in an airship is, and then I was bouncing violently between like maximum, and then it would like stall out and like send me way lower because like we would lose the air pressure. So right now I have this set at 1750 out of the 5,000 it can be set at, and I'm sending an analog strength signal of 7 into it, and this basically has me at water level. So like this is my neutral buoyancy for this. I was doing a little bit of experimenting. So I can crank this up. I think I currently have it set where if I go up to 13 or 14, the top of my balloon is in the clouds, which is a nice height. I like that. I have the ability to go a little bit above the clouds, but I'm pretty happy. Obviously, if I want to go much higher, I can just have somebody run up here and just give this sucker a crank and throw it into overdrive. But yeah, right now I'm kind of basically just barely beating my gravitational force. 12.5 versus 13.9 plus whatever buoyancy the actual ship seems to be adding. Nom nom nom. Eat some sweet rolls. But nah, here probably in about a week or less time, we have plans to go to the end and fight the dragon. We've already found the stronghold, because I have it on good authority that there's some magic float juice that can be made by grinding up some endstone. And yeah, we're gonna get some magic float juice so that we can make magic float blocks. And I'm sure that will be absolutely integral into getting this thing off the ground. So yeah, we'll have some levitite here in the future, and that'll be some fun stuff. I'm just gonna, for the lulz, put this here so that people can run by and take a look at how heavy this is. Yeah, there we go. This is a work in progress. It's under construction. Let's see. Yeah, I'm honestly kind of surprised at how much float the boat seems to have. But I mean, it is made mostly of wood, so I guess the wood probably has some decent buoyancy. This over here was, I think, the first boat that we kind of started experimenting with turning into a physics object. And this one, I mean, it stays up and afloat pretty well. It's just a little soggy down in the hold. Just a little soggy. Not a lot. But yeah, this it's a physics object. It's a boat. It likes to capsize. We haven't really done a ton with it. This is just kind of our initial proof of concept. We have built many things on the fly proof of concept just to say, hey, I wonder how this works. So it's been a lot of fun and discovery. Not looking up too many guides, a lot of flying by the seat of our pants. Engineering like they did on the frontier, you know? Just like the pioneers used to. Let's see. Acacia log. I need to go put this away because I don't need these logs. Oh yeah, Cowboy, I was talking about if you want to try taking a stab at the Nether factory. I found out the other night when I was on that I had a thought. I was like, you know, we can't really set up like a steam engine in the Nether because you can't really get water. So, like that's already problematic. And I was like, well, you know, we could probably find other ways to maybe capture the latent heat in the Nether, or like we can get some lava pumping for stuff. But then we also kind of realized, you know, water wheels work pretty good to get some rotation going, and in the Nether, lava flows an awful lot like water. So I kind of ran off with one of our large water wheels, and I went to the Nether, and I got a lovely achievement that just said, this shouldn't work, but it does. And lo and behold, you can turn water wheels with flowing lava, and it puts out the exact same it puts out the same stress units as a normal water wheel does. So you can get the 512 stress units from a single water wheel in flowing lava. So we can full on make a factory in the Nether and do stuff there. Like we should definitely probably get something set up so that we can run some mining rigs, because as much fun as digging or blasting for ancient debris to get our netherite ingots, I'm sure if we built one of Montage's little drill boring machines and just drove straight tunnels through the appropriate level of the Nether, it'll go so much faster. I mean, because we finally took his mining rig down to diamond level, basically at the bottom of the world, and that car has done some work. I did find something fun. If you're riding an elevator, you see your body move, but other players will see just your head spin. Like, unless you move your body, if you're just spinning around on an elevator, other players will only see your head spin like 360 degrees, and it's absolutely terrifying. I guess we did not light up enough stuff down here. But yeah, Montage built this lovely little digging rig here, and it chews through this deep slate so much faster than mining this crap by hand. I mean, you can see where I powered it up and I was just driving and digging just straight tunnels. When it gets full, the spinning blade turns off, so I can run over here and just spit all the packages out. The packages then connect here, it loads up the elevator, you send this up, and it starts unloading directly into the mass storage. It's a great little system. Excuse you, sir, I would like your gunpowder, thank you. Excuse me, ooh, diamonds. Hey, gentlemen. Give. Aw. Bump, up, up, up. All right, you know, I'm down here. I have a fortune pick. I need more redstone. We'll go ahead and dig ourselves out here. All right, I only have one torch. I am willing to make a sacrifice to minimize the spawns. All right, diamonds. Oh, more diamonds. Okay, yes. Ooh. Come on, fortune. All right, 13 diamonds. Hot dog. Totally worth it. I'm gonna take these back up before something bad happens to me. I have also learned a few times that if you're on an elevator that's going really fast, you should be careful and not jump. Because bad things can happen.
Very bad things.
Well, if it's moving fast enough and you're doing goofy things like jumping around, the game may say, yeah, you're not standing on a block anymore, and you'll phase through it and fall down the elevator shaft. If it's going down fast enough, it can outpace you falling. So if you jump, well, you're going to find out how much further you had to fall down the elevator shaft. It's entertaining, to say the least. We had to slow down our elevator after some, we'll call it unplanned science experiments. I think that's the best way to describe it. See, things were learned. We didn't set out to learn these things, but we did learn them. And then we wrote them down metaphorically because we didn't feel like actually like putting pen to paper. So I guess it was science in spirit. Unless me talking about it now counts as recording it, in which case now it's officially valid science. All right. I think it's time to do some planning. I'll take a break from placing blocks. It's time to think and to dream. I need to decide what the hell am I gonna build this out of? Obviously this like base part here, and this will probably be the last of the weathered iron kind of look. This will be like the true bottom of the hull. What do I want to build the rest of this out of? If I want to make basically like...
Probably something light.
I am not concerned with weight. I am going to brute force this crap off the ground. If I have to build 4 more steam engines to do it, gosh darn it, I will.
You're going to fly and you're going to like it.
I will flood the entire sub-level with levitite if I have to. And I mean, this is a lot of space. A lot of space. 49 buckets of lava. Yeah. This is good. This is good stuff. I like this. Ugh. Trying to explain to Montage the other night where I was like, I want like a redundancy system. I want an overflow because I think the lava cauldrons produce just a tiny bit more than I need. I have found that a 2-to-1 cauldron to blaze burner ratio seems to be the sweet spot. So I've got not all 9 blaze burners, so I have 18 cauldrons. Over on my other ship, I have 4, so I have 8 cauldrons. And it seems to work out best if you do that 2-to-1 ratio. But due to the random nature of the cauldrons producing more lava, I did want to kind of give them a chance to produce more, like not have like 1 or 2 of them waiting. So by having this tank here, I take full advantage of any time a single one of them updates, I pull that bucket of lava down here to save it for later. And it's working out really well. This sucker will fill up. I will have 144 backup buckets of lava. It'll be good. I could always dispense from that too if I really wanted to. Ooh. Now, here's some thoughts. One, I need to figure out what I want to build the rest of the upper. And yeah, I may do something light. I'm thinking probably I'll need to go back to my wood pallets and use wood for it because ideally I do still kind of want to go for a kind of a steam slash gear punk style. So obviously more of my like woods and planks um, will go a long way to help with that aesthetic. But some of the things I need to think of is this thing going to be mostly fan powered? Am I going to have blimps and balloons as part of it? Maybe a mix of balloons and fans. Um, Levitite is absolutely going to be a necessary component to get this thing off the ground. Just I imagine its weight's going to be colossal by the time I'm done with it. But then also, do I kind of want the cockpit and the controls to be like lower so I can like look down at the ground? Or do I want it to be like on top like it's a true ship? I kind of feel like the best way to go about this would be to put the controls like when I designed the front, the bow of the ship here, I think I want to put the controls low front and do kind of like a glass dome sort of thing, and have the controls there so I can see down and around me as I go to pilot this thing and sail it around. I want a good view of the terrain below me, which if I were to have my controls somewhere up, like on a top deck, or like up towards the back, do like kind of like a top rear Star Destroyer style like bridge, I don't think it would work out very well. I think kind of the glass dome, think kind of like the like gunner, the gunner turrets for like, old B series bombers where you have like the full glass under you so you can see everything. I think just like a really big one of those on the front, or I guess kind of spaceship-esque. Like some spaceships will have that where like the glass extends even down below you so you can see, you have like a bigger viewport essentially. I think that'll be the play. So I'll build the front of the ship, kind of traditional pointed bow, but I'll do a lot of it with glass. And then I can have probably here, I guess in front of the engineering compartment, because I can kind of cut that off. Actually, I think I can get up from this side. If I come over here and I come up these little stairs, I can, the whole floor doesn't need to be engineering. So I could basically kind of cut the engineering off here, and then this layer out be where I put the controls, and then I'll have just glass below and in front and maybe a little bit above, but have some overhang from the upper deck, and then have that lower control. Yeah, I like that idea. I don't know how far forward I'll need to go, but I think glass will be good. And then I can kind of build I can build the bridge or the control structure, like suspended, so it'll look really cool from the outside too. Yeah, that'll be the play. Not sure about the back. Haven't decided. I don't know if there's a wall off or if I'll have, a little bit of rounding out back here. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I kind of plan out small circles, like kind of do like this layer kind of comes out and around, and this one comes out a little further and around, and then that corner to that corner, and just kind of kind of blend it in. I don't know. I don't know. This sucker's gonna be one heck of a project, though. This 75 basically already. Do you think they have balsa wood? Can I make the rest of it out of balsa? That's light. Alright. So this is the largest boiler that I can really get away with. It's a lot of stress units.
You need them.
Oh, I know I'm gonna need them. I also just really like that that Montage and I were able to kind of figure out that we can take all 8 of the steam engines and basically using a belt forcibly transfer all of the 16,000 stress units times 8 and just pump all of that straight into this middle pillar. That is the drive shaft that cannot be stopped. That's kind of fun because it's vertical, so I can take the stuff off of it and then send it, forwards and backwards throughout the ship. The only place I can't do it directly forwards and backwards off the central shaft is really at that engineering layer where the engine lives. Ooh, that's kind of want to know. How am I... Actually, this is probably pretty balanced center of mass-wise. Yeah, center of mass is kind of right there in the middle of that central column. Yeah. Well, that was not very helpful. It's, yeah, just a little behind it, like maybe a block or two. That's mostly because of the weight of the boiler tanks. But other than that, it being basically kind of dead center, that's a good balance. It's a good balance. And if I make the stuff up top lighter, that should help it a little bit more, having its center of mass much lower. With it being such a heavy hull. That's another thing. When we get to the end, I can start using end rods for light. Those are pretty nice. So what do we have light source wise currently? I think we've got. Obviously, I could make torches. I can make lanterns. I guess I should hang a few lanterns in there. We have shroom lights. Some frog lights would be good. I know that Montage has a bunch of frogs. I could put some glow berries here and there. That might be up in more of the livable sections, though. Add some light in some greenery walls. I guess we really don't have a lot of lights. Not a lot at all. 5 weathered iron. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna make some torches. What do I think? 2 stacks? 2 stacks of torches? And then I'm gonna need, like, a bunch of iron nuggets, right? So let's, we'll do 2 stacks of iron. Got 2 stacks of charcoal. Need to go get 2 stacks of sticks. I just remembered torches make 4 per recipe, correct? Am I remembering this right? My basic Minecraft knowledge?
What was the question again? Sorry.
If I am making torches, those make 4 per... Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm making 8 stacks of torches, apparently. This is fine. And then I would like to make a stack of lanterns. And then we'll make some more nuggets. And then we'll make more lanterns. And you should just keep making lanterns. Okay. I've made a little over 2 stacks of lanterns, and we have an ass load of torches. This is perfect. Now, Montage was telling me I needed to make some soul lanterns. And I could make some soul lanterns. But that's a little bit more involved, so I'll do that later. Let's filter, put all the torches away, clear the filter. And now I have lanterns. Let's get some lights here in the basement, because it's dark as hell. I'm thinking, if that's 5, we can just go like this, and it puts some there, and then I'll go here. This is another middle of a 5 block. Beautiful, beautiful. So now, in theory, if I come over here, where it's also really dark, 1, 2, 3. So this is a middle. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe here. I should put one on the other side. Oh, I put one over here too. Oh, that's right, because I was doing the rectangular. I mean, that works out because I kind of needed one there anyway. And then it's 1. So this is a middle. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So about here-ish. Should be another. Okay, that works out. And then I just come here. This is true middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So this is a middle block, technically. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This can have some lights. It's technically in line with this. I mean, that's also an issue I have with this one. So this is kind of a middle, but also in line with a wall. So it's not perfect, but I'm just kind of throwing lights up. So not a huge deal. I'm out of food. So that gives me a little bit of light down here. There's some light up here thanks to the boiler. But I'll figure out. I've used exactly 16 of the 100 and something lanterns that I crafted. Perfect. Definitely not too many lanterns. No such thing. Can't be done. Is impossible. Let's go ahead and set this back to mirror along X, just so that I'm not doing anything too crazy here. And that'll be... In fact, let's just move it out of the hotbar so that it does not do anything for a little bit. I see that it is about 10 o'clock, so I unfortunately have work tomorrow. And we'll probably go ahead and start getting off of the Minecraft here. But this was fun.
Have almost the flats figured out.
Yeah, now you'll just have to rebuild it again in survival. Don't you
That's
feel
quite
silly having to do it a second time? You could have just done it once now.
The amount I would have to work on this, and no, God, no.
Oh yes, tell me about it. I only spent like 4 hours designing a steam engine and then starting to build a boat around it. Good thing there's the schematic cannon. I haven't looked into the schematic cannon, but I'm pretty sure it lets you, like, you can
download schematics.
You can
online,
set up,
and
so
you can bring them in, and the schematic cannon will tell you how much resources you need. You can also take a clipboard of those resources you need. Go to one of your pet thingies.
I know that you can do the clipboard and do some of the clipboard ordering stuff. Montage has shown me those. Okay, I may have to look into the schematic cannon. So the schematic cannon basically is kind of like world edit. You can just like bring in schematics from wherever. That's pretty nice. I will definitely have to take a look into that. Plus, it'll be fun to, when I'm finally done, be like, here's all the crap that went into making this. Make a copy from creative and send to single player. Okay, yeah, I could see that. I'm definitely one of those, I just end up building it in survival and suffering. That's how I Minecraft. Yeah. I think the only time I go into creative is like my redstone testing world. And that's usually just, hey, how does this work? These are expensive components. I don't have the time to make this many and then not need them. I do like coming up into the balloon and looking and seeing the heat waves going across the top. Now, if only there was a way to know how much of my balloon was like currently being used. Like if I knew how many hot air blocks were actually being used, because I'm sure I could reduce the size of this. I think this balloon is excessively large and contributes a bit to my wonky tilts when I fly this thing at full power. There's just a bit of drag from that balloon. Alright, let's, I guess, get me some more food. I'll use some of the golden carrots. These are good. We can craft more. We have a gold printing machine over there. As the sun sets behind the windmill, I guess it's about time to sign off for the evening. It's been a fantastic day of building. And I will probably stream some of our antics this weekend. I don't know how much more Minecraft I'll do here during the week, but definitely this weekend there will be much more Minecraft, and I'll try and be better about streaming it. Because I've been really bad at that. Alright, well, I thank you for stopping by and chatting shop about the mod. I learned some things tonight, so that's always fun. And it's always fun to have other people to talk to other than the voices in my head, like Cowboy.
Me too.
All right. With that, I will end the stream. Goodbye.